it just falls back on, hey, make music and shut the fuck up.
When Alex Jones stops you like, that's not what you mean, right? And you keep going in, and the look on his face is, this is not a real conversation, right? This is not happening to me. You've crossed the line.
Yeah. With the
Alex Jones has said some of the most far out shit ever.
And even he is just like, hey, there's limits.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is a guy who used to scream into his microphone. There's lizard people that are wearing people's skin.
But and then
They're sacrificing babies.
when that guy looks across the table like,
what the fuck are you talking about?
are we sure we're gonna say that right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
When Eddie Bravo and Alex Jones go, what the fuck is he talking about?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Then we probably don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. You have reached a new limit.
They don't make drugs to understand what the hell you're talking about.
No, fuck no, man.
Mr. West
is no longer in the building.
No, he's
Cue
not.
the
He's
music.
left. He's left.
Welcome to the Sofa Kingdom podcast with your hosts, Nelson.
Ian.
Ed,
This is your holiday edition. Fuck that. It's your Christmas edition.
And since it's like, what, December 4th, we'll be
That's
doing
right.
this all month long.
Goddamn right. As Christmas should be celebrated from October to December.
Like a real American.
The way Jesus intended it.
That's right. Who was the first zombie?
That's right. He was. He was probably the best zombie, too. Probably the best looking zombie, right?
The most merciful.
He didn't have any of that rotting skin.
No, he
or
did it
anything
right.
like that.
he didn't
Yeah.
take anybody else down when he came back.
He had a
Right.
toga. Who doesn't love a toga?
He did have a
You know
toga.
what I'm saying? You know
Did
what
it
I'm
have a
saying?
toga? Was it a toga?
It
was
was
toga-like. It was
Yeah,
a robe.
It was toga adjacent.
Yes. Yes.
He had tablets.
He
Everybody
didn't
loves
need,
tablets.
Yeah, he didn't need any of that biological stuff
Yeah.
like umbrella.
Yeah.
He just came
Yeah.
back.
But tablets are nice. Everybody loves them, right?
Yeah, they, kids are addicted.
Yeah, they've been reading them for decades.
Yeah. Try getting a kid off a tablet. Doesn't work.
No, it does not. So I think we'll just go ahead and dive right into some new trailers.
Or do you want to talk about Kanye?
I did, just as a joke. I actually don't want to talk about him or people like him with their stupidity. It's just, it really does. It comes down to like, hey, you're an entertainer. We like the entertainment part of what you do, the designing,
He
the
used to do some
clothing,
good.
and
He used
stuff
to make
like
some
that.
good hip hop. I mean,
He did.
I'm not gonna lie.
He did,
The Graduation. I had that album.
He's a
I had
fucking
it.
lunatic, but it's
Now,
also
yeah.
not an excuse. It's also not an excuse, though, right? Somebody should be there to tell him to, like, hey,
Where his friends at?
unacceptable. No friends. That's exactly when you have yes
People
men.
love watching somebody just spiral down. Unfortunately,
Oh, we
a
love
lot
it.
of
We love it when Britney was
a lot
shaving her
of-
head. Oh my
yeah,
God,
a lot
we were all
of
there.
a lot of television
I was all in
nowadays
for
is
that. I
that
was.
is that faux reality television where it's the worst aspects of human beings on display as if it's the real way to act to the world around you.
Yeah.
And we're watching Kanye spiral,
Yeah.
and where is there anybody that's trying to help this man?
Alex Jones tried, apparently.
He tried. That's when you're at
The
the
voice
bottom
of
of the
reason.
barrel when Alex Jones,
The voice of
real time, is being the voice of reason. It's because it's always the other way around.
Yeah,
when
man,
Alex
that thought
Jones
that
is
Sandy Hook
talking,
was actors.
everybody else around him is the voice of reason.
But you know what? It's
Yeah.
it's not the first time either, right? This is just the latest case
Yes.
of actors gone wild.
And in Kanye's
Kanye has said some weird stuff over the years.
And
But I think
Kanye-
now he's completely
and
like,
Kanye's done it
Lost it.
before because
Yeah, he fell off the cliff.
he's known to get on and off the medication because he doesn't like what the medication does to him.
Right.
Creatively.
Well,
He-
not just creatively.
No, he's
but,
talked
but
about it from a creative standpoint. It doesn't allow him to focus his energy for music making, clothing, and things like that.
Well, he was definitely
which
on the
is-
meds for his last couple albums then, because I mean.
Oh
oof,
no,
wow.
that is definitely a byproduct of the shitty music that comes out with you
Yeah.
on meds. You know, so it's like catch-22. So just then have people put in place, family members, friends, perhaps, that would be there to mitigate the nonsense, the bullshit. Like give somebody like across the room, like, yo, if I start talking that anti-Semitic bullshit. Just come, don't say nothing.
you. Just slap
Pick
you right
me
in the
up,
face.
throw me on your shoulder. You know what I mean? Like there was
Carry me the hell out of there.
there was a Saturday Night Live skit where they had professional wrestlers who would help you stop smoking cigarettes. Has
Yeah.
anybody else seen this?
I have not.
So you got like The Rock, Big Show, like they live in your house, and anytime you go to pick up a cigarette, they just barrel into a room and like fuck you up, throw you on their shoulder. So you quit smoking cigarettes by fear of death. That's what he needs. He needs a professional fighter to follow him around that'll just like spin kick him. Hey, Kanye, One warning.
Yeah.
Second is a spin kick.
That's right, folks.
I knew-
Caution: going cold turkey off your medication may cause bouts of anti-Semitism.
Yes.
Yep. They cause extreme racism.
Fuck.
Put that on the bottle.
Yeah. Fuck, man.
I knew he was an asshole back when he interrupted Taylor Swift. I was like, God damn, girl, she just won. He just won she's won her first award ever for music, and
Like,
you interrupt her speech.
You're protesting too hard for your friend's wife.
Oh god.
You're protesting way too hard for your friend's wife.
I mean, yeah, what's going on there?
But here's
If I was Jay-Z, I'd be like, hold on a minute.
Here's the thing.
Because I didn't get up. What the fuck did you
I
do?
have to disagree with you guys. I enjoyed the fuck out of that.
Oh my, you are a dick. You dick.
And it wasn't that it was just, to me, it was watching rich people go at it. And I'm like, I love this. This shit, I love. You guys just bury each other.
My favorite though was Beyonce giving her award time to Taylor so she could actually. I was like, okay, good. I was
That's
like,
called
all right.
saving face.
That's called class. I mean, fuck.
Yes.
Something that Kanye knew nothing about.
Which
at the time.
apparently Taylor Swift doesn't have much of, because apparently she is the mean girl in the music industry.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
And,
wow, really?
and bullies her way through because of her popularity with other things and
She
other
is
artists
insanely
and whatnot.
popular, which I don't understand. Like, I mean, I understand she makes some good music here and there, but like, I think at one point in time, like Shay was telling me that like all 10 of the top songs for like a certain period of time were hers. I was like, what the hell is
of
going
like
on?
her recent album.
Yeah,
I think
what
it
is
was.
happening?
If
10?
that doesn't support simulation theory, I don't know what does.
I'm actually thankful for Kanye though. I'm thankful because whenever we're out talking about it and someone says, "Oh, he's telling the truth," I just go, "Thank you," and I walk away from them and never speak to them ever again.
You're no longer on my friends list.
Here's a person I no longer need to talk to.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, thank
It
you.
simplifies things.
It does.
It's
So
like,
thank you, Kanye, for helping me point out the assholes in the
yeah.
room.
So, talking about a lighter subject, I was watching a trailer, which I thought was interesting, and it's something that we've all come to really respect and love for its script, for its timing. It's timeless.
It's got to be something fucked up.
Oh
the way
no
you're
no
building
no!
it.
It's Transformers.
Oh no.
Mark Wahlberg and Transformers.
Everyone's a masterpiece.
Go hand in foot. Yes, it's like a Van Gogh. It's a Picasso. It's a Mozart. Music in the making. But no,
I think
no.
they had something up until Transformers maybe 3,
Yeah.
and then
Or they had something until Megan Fox was gone. And then, I didn't
Really?
care as much.
I thought that girl they threw in there was pretty damn hot. I forget
They
her name.
became movies of spectacle.
was.
That's
Yeah,
really
it-
what they
it
were.
did.
They're just summer fun movies.
But to be fair, when you watch the cartoon,
It's Michael Bay.
yeah.
when
Special effects, nothing else.
If you watch the
Nothing
cartoon,
else.
they're pretty shitty. It's all nostalgia. So I do like them. I'll go and I'll watch it. It's just kind of like numb movie watching.
Well, the
for
toys
fun.
are cool.
Yeah.
I think that's what saved it.
Yeah.
Like everybody wanted the truck that they could morph it. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
it comes from the era of the shows were made to sell toys.
Exactly.
Transformers, G.I. Joe, Ninja Turtles, all of those, that whole era in the 80s there, it was all, how can we make something
Street
to
Sharks.
do
Yeah.
what Star Wars did
Exactly.
so we make money?
Saturday morning cartoons after school.
Yep.
They were all geared towards selling kids toys and products. But to be fair, this trailer didn't look half bad. Transformers Primal. I like the whole aesthetic of it.
I mean,
and it's just going
yeah.
to be action on action.
As long as you're grading on the curve of Transformers movies,
looks
it's
good.
right in line with the rest of them.
I agree. And still way better than Avatar, the movie.
Oh,
I'm actually
Oh,
nervous
yeah.
about that. James Cameron was saying that it has to be, in order for it to even be profitable, it has to be the fourth or something top grossing movie of all time.
Correct.
Yeah.
For them to them to even make a profit.
Yes.
And there's a lot of people I've talked to
They don't
that have
wanna
said, "I'm not excited for that."
I mean,
That's not a good equation.
the
I'm one of them.
storytelling and
Me either.
and the way that he does storytelling, it's so expensive.
Yeah.
Really, with the way he does it, the amount of money he puts in behind the technology to do the thing that he's trying to do, yeah, if it's not a number one, it's not going to make any money.
He's always
and,
doing
and he's
groundbreaking
talking
special
about
effects.
that he has
Always.
story for like 6 to 7 Avatar movies,
I
and
won't
then,
be there
like-
for that, man.
and like
I can tell
3
you right now.
hours a clip, one every decade. Like, there's not going to be an audience.
And that's
Yeah.
what I was going to say. Half
One-
his audience is
yeah.
dead by
James-
the third installment.
James, you're gonna die. One, you're going to die eventually, James. It's not the technology is not that good yet.
Yeah.
Two, I'm not gonna be there for Avatar 6.
he
No.
may-
I'm not sitting in that seat.
He may
No.
need to just do an animated mini series or show at that point.
way
Okay,
that-
so we got Avatar. Okay, good. Whatever. It was a decent movie. It was a good
Yes.
movie. I enjoyed it from start
I
to
loved
finish.
Fern Gully too. It was
Yeah,
wonderful.
Fern Gully was good. However, I
know
felt a
what
little
you're
weird.
doing. I know what you're doing when you say that.
I felt a little weird about the Space Marines dying. I felt a little weird about us losing.
Yes,
about Team
me
People
too.
losing. I was
Yes.
like, glad they got their planet, but I don't know how I feel about us.
I feel you.
taking the L on this.
Because Space Marines would murder them.
I agree.
I'm with you there. I've seen Starship Troopers.
Space Marines have fought the aliens in StarCraft.
Yes.
They fought the bugs in StarCraft. They fought the xenomorphs in Alien and the Predators.
Yep.
Space Marines always hold
Yeah,
their own.
Goddamn right.
the
Lose
reality
blue
is,
people.
Yep.
if they had
you
the
don't send in the Space Coast Guard.
They don't.
no, if they had the
No, you don't. They watch
technology
reports.
to cross space to another planet, they're plausibly having to manipulate gravity. At that point, the weaponry you have is essentially limitless. I don't care what dragons you have,
Multiple nuke clusters.
you're going to lose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they
I
only
agree.
won.
They should have nuked Pandora.
They only won out of size and numbers, right? Because the resources are limited. You have X amount of people, which is where the story's coming back around. It looks like the same story. They're probably coming back with a much larger fleet, which is why the avatars now have to go to the way of the water.
Oh, yeah.
Get some water.
Avatar,
people
this
in
time
there.
we're wet.
Yeah.
Yes.
Avatar now with more Aquaman.
So so he's got six. He's got six or seven movies planned. So we got what? We had Avatar the first movie. We have Avatar the Way of Water. What can he do? Way of Air, Way of Fire, Way of Earth. You can't do Way of Earth. We already did the Jungle.
The way of the anus.
That's a different movie.
Sounds shitty.
That sounds weird.
Yeah, I'm not
So
sure.
what direct?
Because-
I noticed that most of the people this time are like Samoan themed. Like I saw with some of the designs on the characters
Yep.
and the accents, they're going that direction, like Pacific Island.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know how they're gonna do this.
I'm interested to see what the storyline actually
I will see it. I will pay to
does
see it.
to evolve the storyline.
yeah, he's got to
'Cause
do
that's
something
where-
more than tell that story
Yeah,
again.
because that's going to be the
Sure.
game changer.
Star Wars has done it how many times?
Yeah, but they have pretty lightsabers, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Unless you're watching Andor.
Yeah, who's watching that?
Did you watch
know
the
what?
end scene of Andor?
Did not.
There's an end scene at the end credits where they show you what they were building.
Spoiler alert. Ruin it for me. Ruin it for me
Death
right
Star.
now.
It's yeah,
It's a Death
it's a
Star.
Death Star.
Again? Again?
No, it's
How
always
many
the,
fucking times are we gonna build the Death Star?
It's always the Death Star.
Change the goddamn shape of that building and close the vents on it. Close the fucking vents.
Close
Don't
the
have a vent that goes to the power source of your battle station.
It's
Secure that shit.
Then how else would you destroy it?
You
Duh.
shouldn't be able to
Safety
fucking-
feature.
If it is the weapon of your fleet, if it is the crown fucking jewel of your armada, the Bismarck wasn't that goddamn easy to. The German army knew not
Right,
to fucking
so
make
what
it
you're
that.
the
saying is
designer
make-
deliberately made it where it could be blown
Right,
up that
right.
way.
No, we get that.
Oh.
But what he should
He
have
was
done.
a traitor.
yes.
Son of a.
So what he should have done
And
was
he,
have a big red
that's how they get the
button.
plans later on with how to destroy it.
Yeah, you
But
should have had a
look-
button that says "Do not push."
Exactly. Behind some glass that's easily to break,
Yeah,
easily breakable.
fragile glass.
Yeah,
like
with a
plate
hammer
glass,
sitting there right
low
next
temper,
to it.
Yeah.
Break in case of emergency. That's what you need. Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, those were parts.
Frustrating,
Those
very
those are
frustrating.
parts for the dish for the main laser array of a Death Star.
Was there anybody peer
I'm
reviewing?
not
the
sure
design
of what.
that said, "Hey man, why are you building this fucking air vent that goes the whole way down to our core?" Like, what if somebody? Oh, I don't know. Shot a fucking rocket down.
Listen,
it.
a lot of
It would
them
probably
motherfuckers
destroy
are
some shit.
just doing their job.
Yep.
They're just there
Well,
to get paid.
Okay, one of the things
That's
that they
relatable.
did show
That's
was
relatable.
this. Outside of the Empire themselves, who was there to serve the Empire, it was forced manual labor.
Yes.
So, and the way that
Well-
they do it is compartmentalized like they do in Area 51.
Jawas do it.
Where you're building this, but you have no idea what it is. You're building this, where you have no idea what it is. You're building this,
Yes.
and then they put
And they
the
don't
parts
talk to each
together.
other. There's no
They're not
communication.
allowed to
Correct.
talk to. And they definitely, because they humanized
Separate break rooms.
they humanized some
Separate
of the
shitters.
soldiers a little bit when they had Bill Burr and the Mandalorian and all that, where they show when they kind of pull in with the truck and they give you a little more of a different perspective of them, and then they go hard into space Nazis again on
that
Andor. Where
Because
where
they're-
they're using forced slave labor, where
But-
they're
so-
literally like
right.
arresting people for nonsense, putting them in camps, and when they release them from the camp, they just send them to another fucking camp.
Right.
So here's
As
a
it should
question.
be.
Here's a question for you guys. Do you think more people died building the Death Star or the stadiums in Qatar?
Ooh. Now the official number was only
I'm gonna have a
7.
macaroon.
The official Qatar number was only 7, but we do know that
that's-
number is absolute
yeah.
horseshit.
Exactly.
This macaroon is tasty.
Why would the country of Qatar lie to us about the amount of imported workers that die
Dude,
building
the
their
look,
stadiums?
the look on his face when the reporter said, "Well, we went to the camps yesterday," and he just was like, "We're done here," and he gets up and leaves
Yep.
the fucking interview.
Absolutely.
Yep.
He had a
Oh,
microphone in his ear
man.
saying, "Get out of there! Get the fuck out of there!"
Now, okay,
Pull the plug.
Okay, so then this brings me back to Kanye West. Why doesn't he have a guy that's like, pull him out, pull him out?
He should.
pull him out.
Jay-Z should be in his ear. Get the fuck out of there, Yeezy. Get out of there. Abort.
Kanye, reach out to the Qatar people.
Well,
Reach
there's
out to his resources.
there's a whole separate sect. I mean, FIFA. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
FIFA has been destroying small, underdeveloped countries for years. I
Oh,
mean, look
right.
at this. Look at the stadiums in Brazil. Stadiums in Brazil, they literally bulldozed people's neighborhoods. Hundreds of thousands. Get the fuck out. We're building a soccer stadium here. You know what they are now? Bus parking lots and bird aviaries.
Yeah.
Yep.
No one's there.
Once-
no one's using them.
It's the same thing even with the Olympics. Is they build these giant arenas,
I love it.
and they're
Yes.
never going to go back there for another 100 years because it moves to a different country every time.
FIFA and the Empire have a lot in common.
They really, really
They
do.
do.
And this is why I've been saying for years, I hate soccer. I hate soccer.
At least we're calling it soccer now because we tied England. The U.S. might have got eliminated. Spoiler alert. But we tied England. And so it's soccer now.
It is.
It's soccer.
It's soccer. It's
not
still
football.
shitty.
Yeah.
They're like,
And let's
oh,
be
no
honest.
contact, but we'll bulldoze your fucking houses.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll throw a red card on that. Where are the referees when that shit is happening?
I remember years ago, then Real Sports with Ryan Gumble on HBO. They did an episode on the stadiums being built in Qatar because there was years until this was going to be the Qatar World
Right.
Cup.
Yep.
But like 8 years ago or so, they had already won the bidding. So I'm watching this show, and they're talking to the workers. A lot of them were from Tibet.
Right.
And they're working like in 120-degree
Yep.
heat in the middle of the day.
Jesus.
But all of them have long sleeves on,
Sure. 'Cause
gloves,
you'll just
and their
burn.
heads wrapped in this shit. And the guy was like asking him, like talking to the guy through a little fucking eye hole
Yeah.
in the towel wrapped around his head. And he
Shades
goes,
of COVID.
why are you wrapped up like this in this 120-degree heat? And the guy said, the sun will kill me faster than the actual heat exhaustion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I stay hydrated in this like insulation, I still have a better
Of
chance
surviving.
than the direct heat from the sun because he's
Yep.
from Tibet.
Yeah.
He's not used to friggin' being
Which
literally
is-
roasted alive.
Yeah.
Which goes back to the sand goons on
Careful.
Boba with Boba Fett. Are you Kanye Westing me?
I'm just, no, I'm not. No, I know you're not that bad. I'm just saying. We're talking about Qatar, and you said sand goons. I'm just saying. I'm saying it's a slippery
Totally,
slope.
no, there's no slope.
Slippery.
No slope.
That slope is
Fiction,
greased.
Reality.
Is it last
Fiction,
week?
Reality.
Is it last week tonight that did a whole thing on it?
Probably. I love last
on the
week tonight.
Tuscan Raiders?
For those of you
no,
that-
yeah, because the Tuscan Raiders have to wrap themselves in these elaborate
Have we ever seen their face?
No,
costumes.
because
We've never
originally
seen one.
they were water people. It was a water planet,
Yes.
and
That's the next James Cameron movie.
their
The
planet
Way of Sand.
their
Wait,
planet
ooh.
was
Oh, you
destroyed
just broke it.
Way
for
of
the
Sand.
sake of resources and became a desert.
Wow.
So the shooting at all the people stealing their resources kind of justified.
So
Yo.
the people of the Tuscan Raiders are basically a metaphor to us in a way.
So what
Stop wasting resources.
Yeah. So what they need to do is a whole movie about the Tuscan Raiders
No.
and Boba Fett.
No. As long as there's a
Hear me out. Hear me out. And then in the
How many
middle
back
of,
to tanks can we
and
have?
then in the middle of the movie, right? You bring in the Mandalorian.
No. To save the movie.
To
because
save
the first
movie,
hour of the
but
movie
yes,
sucks.
Yes.
And then the last hour is redeemable with Grogu and Din
Speaking
Djarin.
of, Mandalorian season 3 slated for March to come out. So it looks really good. I'm really excited for what they're going to do. They're taking the Mandalorian story further, bringing back a lot of the favorites.
Getting more
Bo-Katan.
into a lot of other Mandalorians and not just him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's great. Expand the universe.
I'm glad you brought up John Oliver. That's actually one of my favorite sources of getting news.
L. Ron Hubbard?
No. That last week tonight with John Oliver. HBO.
No, he's great.
It's amazing what you can
Really
do
good.
if
He
you
makes
just
fun
go,
of everybody.
fuck it, let the lawyers handle when we get sued.
Yes, yes. Just say what you want to say. I'm all before that. Unless you're Kanye, then just shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Just shut the fuck
Speaking of being sued, I
Oh.
think that
up. Are we getting sued again?
Harrison Ford should be sued for making another
Ah, yes. Indiana
Indiana
Jones.
Jones.
Hot off his Indiana Jones and the Crystal
Geriatric
Skull
Adventures.
success.
It looks like they're ignoring that movie happened.
Oh, it happened. Let me get an IMDb quick.
I don't know.
Happened. I will show you.
You do that, sir.
That trailer does not look like any of that movie happened. Because where's his kid?
Yo,
They just reconnected. Did
Yeah.
he kick that motherfucker to the curb already?
Well, it was in the Shia LaBeouf. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's legally able to make a movie.
oddly enough, Liam Neeson is playing the main villain alongside Betty White.
Oh, it's wonderful.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
They better make it quick or they're going to have to dig some fucking graves.
Oh my God.
It's all gonna be CGI. The whole thing is gonna be CGI Betty White, CGI Liam
Oh, it's
Neeson.
actually not as low as I expected. It's only 53% on Rotten Tomatoes for the Crystal Skull.
But it-
I thought it was worse than that.
They are
So
definitely...
it did worse than Morbius?
I thought Morbius was lower than that. Morbius was a horrible score.
They're definitely doing some de-aging for
I
him.
gotta see Morbius.
Yeah.
For
Morbius.
some, what I assume are like some flashback scenes and some things like that. So maybe the more action-heavy bits of the movie will be flashbacks
Oof.
with a younger Harrison Ford.
Oof. Okay, Morbius was 15%.
Yeah, Morbius was bad. The
I
worst
take it
I've
back. I take it back, Harrison Ford.
seen. Yeah.
My bad.
I mean, I don't know. I think I saw Mads Mikkelsen in the trailer though. I think I saw him in the actual first trailer. He was an SS officer.
No, that was Pinocchio.
They did have the Nazi from the Marvel movies as a Nazi in the Indiana Jones movies, though.
Yeah.
The scientist guy. He gets
Yes.
to play a Nazi wherever he goes for some reason.
he doesn't have a chance.
He's really typecasted into a role that I think he needs to try to get out of.
Yeah,
Let me
you
ask
don't
you-
really want to be in that role. Like,
Let me ask you guys a question. If you play a Nazi in a movie,
Yes.
right? You know actors are known for stealing memorabilia, right?
oh man,
You think he's got some Nazi memorabilia?
if it's real,
I mean, no.
if
No.
it's real, you take it, and you
No,
sell it.
You don't keep it in your house.
You don't keep it, you sell
You
it.
take a Thor's hammer, maybe an Aquaman trident, but you leave the swastikas where they are.
I'm gonna take the swastika
There
and
are
I'm gonna
actually-
sell it to a museum in England, probably, who will
There's-
pay a lot of money.
There was an actual show that was made.
They take
I
everybody
think,
else's culture.
Man in the High
Man
Castle.
in the High Castle.
And they actually filmed the destruction of everything they used that had a swastika. So they filmed up getting destroyed and then incinerated.
I think that was a very tasteful way of getting rid of that kind of bullshit.
Yes.
Is that they're like, no, nobody wants this.
We're not
anyway,
going to sell.
As you shouldn't.
We're not selling to collectors or nothing. None of the things that has a swastika, it's gone. It's destroyed. Here's the video evidence.
And Volkswagen reached out to them because they really wanted a lot of it for their
yeah.
Oh yeah, on their hood. Yeah,
new.
they were-
On the
they were-
the fucking.
They have a
bastards.
Autobahn race coming up. They really wanted to make sure everybody had the same look.
I mean, are we really
Fuck
excited
those
that a
guys.
company named Volkswagen was created by Nazis? I mean, come on.
But they did make like the love bug. It's funny how that became like the symbol for peace and love during the hippies era.
That is
right?
an odd one. It is.
There's also another company that was started by literal Nazis. I'm trying to like. There's a couple companies that are still running and flourishing that were founded by literal
I'm
members
sure.
of the Nazi
NASA?
Party. No, not NASA. No. They're American. Oh man.
Hey, built off of the back off of those scientists.
Operation Paperclip. No. What do
Hey,
you
listen,
mean?
now this-
Listen, those German scientists were very talented, and after that
Fuck
empire
that.
fell, you need to send them one way or the other. you know
Fuck
what I
that. No, this is what you do. You leave them in a cage, right? And that's it. The end. All right, so jumping into another trailer that we all saw that we thought was fucking dope. Quick switch away from Nazis. Guardians
Oh, we're
of the
coming back to
Galaxies.
'em later.
No, Guardians
No-
of the Galaxies.
No Nazis in there.
None. Zero.
Zero Nazis.
Let me think.
Still getting used to Groot and how buff he is. He is way too fucking buff.
Buff Groot.
Buff Groot,
Buff
but I'm
Groot's
with
gonna
it.
be a hit.
I'm with it. It looks good.
Adam
Speculation.
Warlock.
Yes.
Adam Warlock.
Adam Warlock making an appearance.
But speculation, I feel like someone from the trailer, just looking at the trailer, looks like somebody's gonna die.
Yeah, it looked like Rocket was gonna have a bad time.
Yes.
Or-
They're definitely doing the origin story, but it also
Kill
there,
Star Lord.
there was another scene that looked
Could
like
be.
Rocket was definitely not gonna be slated for any further movies.
But also, it could have been. It could
Bradley
be
Cooper's
Drax.
expensive.
Could be Drax. It could be Nebula. They've
Yeah.
both been vocal about not want that this would be the last
Oh.
Guardians movie.
Now you said that, it's Nebula.
You know?
She barely even prepared for like the
Yeah.
dress up in the holiday special. I was like, oh man, that makeup looks rushed.
But not only
Well,
that,
they also-
Drax is leaving with James Gunn.
He
Me and my
goes
brother
where
were talking
James
about
Gunn
it
goes.
earlier.
But you could even see in the holiday special, even Drax's makeup, they clearly, instead of doing the tattoos on him, put sleeves and then cuffs to hide that he was wearing sleeves.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
To
then the
avoid-
sweater-
also-
And let's be honest, he does like 4 hours of makeup, so
We all
they're
get a
like, we
little
need
fluffy.
to try to, we need to try to.
We all get a little fluffy. We all get-
Yeah.
Dave Bautista's looking less intimidating as it goes.
Yes, he's
He doesn't scare me
He's
anymore.
getting older,
He's
and
still a
it's
big guy.
He's floofing.
He's
He's
it's
still a big guy.
he's getting older, and it's hard to maintain that.
Drax
It
is
is.
looking a little soft.
Especially because he does pride himself on being natural. That body is all natural.
maybe
Just like
well, maybe now I would believe it. He's on the downslope.
just
yeah, I'd
like
believe it
the
now.
Liver King. You know,
God damn
Oh,
right.
Jesus Christ.
The Liver King memes
I
are
see it in God.
amazing.
Oh, I sent. I actually Shay knows about it because I sent him a message today. But I actually messaged the Liver King's account. Today he posted a video of his son doing like decline sit-ups or
Yes,
whatever.
yeah.
Like, and he's like, Liver Boy, whatever, something getting it in or whatever. And I, of course, replied to it and I said, when's he start his first cycle? I probably won't get a reply. I'll probably just get banned.
But you know what?
It's
Look,
whatever.
let's be fair.
he did
here,
put
right?
out his YouTube apology video because
Let's be fair to the man, right?
Which I'm shocked
He's not
he
the
did,
only-
because I was
he's
like,
not
oh, he
the
owned
only
it.
one,
All right,
right?
no,
He's
no,
not
no,
the
no, no.
only
He
one.
didn't own it. He didn't own it. He got caught red-handed
Right.
in conversations.
Sure.
Where they had in black and white text messages of the cycle he was telling people he
like
was doing in the background.
$12,000 a
Yeah.
month, like a month
Yeah.
in
But
HGH
still-
and steroids
but still,
and
right?
testosterone.
He's not the only one, especially in
No,
Hollywood.
he just won't admit it.
He just got caught. How many baseball players? How many
Brock
fighters? how many
Lesnar, Hugh Jackman,
actors?
Chris
Come
Hemsworth,
on, they're all on.
maybe
the shit.
Henry Cavill. I don't know.
They're
Maybe.
all on the
I mean,
juice.
yeah.
Like,
it's
if you take the Mark Bell approach
Wahlberg.
and you're just like, look,
Yeah.
I do
John
these
Cena.
things.
Yeah.
I don't recommend other
Rock.
people do them.
Val
But for what
Kilmer.
I do what I do. That's fine. That's fine. As long as you're admitting it and you're saying it. But if you as a job are promoting supplements and selling supplements to people who are just getting into fitness, which is what his primary thing was.
Sure.
Yeah.
People who knew nothing.
Right.
Do what I do. This is what I do.
Right.
And
I
he's
know,
just fucking lying to everybody.
But here's the thing.
You're an asshole.
I know.
Yeah.
I bought one of his.
Apologize all you want.
I bought one of his protein powders
Yes.
because it was ridiculous. It said like has hoof powder in it. And I was like, I have to do this to be
Right,
an
of
asshole.
course.
So I bought it. And it tasted all right, but I bought it under the pretense knowing that the man was on fucking
Did
steroids.
you get bulk?
No, it's a protein powder.
Wait, what about the hoof powder?
The hoof powder does not work.
Hoof powder.
And that's the thing. I feel I don't know. No,
There's not enough
I
Jesus
don't
in
really
there.
feel bad for people that like got let down by him because it's like it doesn't like look at the tribes people in Africa. Like they live ancestrally.
They do.
They're not fucking 5'9", 265 pounds of
Yep.
raw goddamn muscle. You can eat all the bull testicles and liver on planet Earth and run up the stairs, and you're not gonna look like that motherfucker.
Nope.
Yeah,
No.
I want to say you heard it here first. I have never eaten bull testicles, nor will I ever.
He's never
eat
eaten
bull
them
testicles.
willingly.
No Rocky Mountain
No,
oysters
I've
here.
never eaten them. Period.
He's never eaten them during their period. Got
There
it.
is no Jesus Christ. I quit.
So back to Nazis.
So back to Nazis. No.
But you mentioned Val Kilmer. You
Yes,
did.
I did.
And that brings up my next thing. Willow is out on Disney Plus.
Yes, it is.
Willow is out,
Yes.
and I've seen the first 2 episodes. It's good.
Okay. On the scale of other fantasy shows that have come out in the last 6 months.
And the scale of other fantasy shows that come out in the 6th month, it's not as good as Lord of the Rings, and it's not as good as Game of Thrones.
Okay.
And to be honest, I loved Willow. It's like an all-time classic movie, but I don't enjoy the show as much as I enjoy the Wheel of Time.
Right.
No, I
Oh,
don't.
Wheel of Time was
Now
another
Willow
one.
is trying to do something. It's trying to make an expansive world. You can see they're trying to create like a mythology behind the movie now. That like, okay, well this is why this was this. They actually got a lot of the original cast back.
Okay.
They did. Warwick Davis is still alive, which I'm surprised if you're
Yeah.
a midget.
Good
I
for
mean, I was
him.
like, oh my god, like was it midget?
Little person,
What do we
dwarf.
say?
Little, I think they go by
Little
little
person. What we say
person.
now?
Yeah.
Little person. Okay. Well, they notoriously don't live that long.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. But they actually have a lot of the original cast. You can see them like in like some of the scenes. I'm like, wow, a lot of these people are still around. What the hell's going on?
Yeah.
But it's good. It's just you can
Bull
tell.
testicles.
Bull testicles. They're on the Liver King.
They're on the Liver
Yeah.
King diet.
But
They're on that cycle.
Disney is definitely trying to Disney it up.
But you know what? I
You
think
can
maybe
see Disney's agenda in a lot of the things.
and
I'm
I can
like,
I can
okay.
respect that in a show. I haven't seen it yet, but I can respect that in a show that they're bringing it back. But they're saying, okay, we need to reset the time period piece for those that have not watched the movie and for moving forward. And that does take a couple of episodes to get into. Even the Lord of the Rings.
Especially for fantasy shows
Yeah.
where it's not it's building a lot of world to build because
Yeah.
you gotta try to explain a hard magic system? Is it a soft magic system? What is are we going to deal with politics within this world? Are we dealing with different tribes within this world?
Do you prefer it to be hard?
It's definitely soft magic. They
you
can't even
prefer
make a
it-
fucking plant grow.
But do
in
you
this
prefer?
show.
But do you prefer it to be hard?
I prefer it
The
rock hard,
reference
sir.
Do you like it to be hard?
Big and hard,
See,
sir. You heard it here first.
Eddie's all about that soft.
All right.
Eddie likes that soft.
We like it how we like it.
Dangle in the wind.
Not me. I like it slapping.
That's how you like your magic, dangling in the wind. Yo, he's like, no, I want to
just-
break a wood table.
Right, through concrete. No, you basically you can tell
No,
Disney
please, continue.
you can tell Disney's pushing shit in this. You can tell.
Oh yeah, with the hard magic.
the hard magic. No, believe it or
They're
not,
pushing shit in.
not the hard magic.
With the hard magic.
Not the hard magic. No.
So they're pushing shit in with the soft magic.
They're not pushing nothing in because at one point I even pointed out
because it's soft magic.
it's not soft magic. It's not. I even pointed out. I said,
Picture graph, please.
there's not hard or soft.
I am not adding a picture for that.
At one point in time, I even leaned over and said something to someone I was watching it with. I said, "These two chicks are gonna kiss. They're gonna end up being in love." Watch, I called it. Episode 1.
Boom.
Not even 35 minutes
Damn.
later, they were fucking full on. I was like, "Oh, there it is." Disney got in there. They got in
Well,
there.
a lot
There were
of
no
little-
lesbians in Willow.
Little people
I
need
watched
love
it.
too. Little people need love too.
No, Willow wasn't. Ew, Willow wasn't involved. Oh God. No, I can assure you, if there's any lesbian little person action going on, I will respectfully check myself
Well,
out.
Disney is going to be.
Not my market.
You
I
would
would-
respectfully. They need love,
They need love, and I hope they get it. I hope everyone gets love, but I just don't want to watch it on my streaming services.
bro. They need love. They're not gonna do that.
It's
on
gonna
If there was a show on Netflix called Dwarfs Fucking, I would not see 1 minute of one episode. I'm sorry. Not gonna. It wouldn't be in my most liked or recommended. Fuck that. No. But I'm sure there's someone that likes it, and it's fine.
Yes.
It's fine for them to like it. But
Leave
me,
Eddie
I'm
alone.
watching
Leave
it.
him alone. He likes it.
I have a friend that likes it. I won't.
You know?
Carlos.
Hey.
You know who you are?
Hey.
Carlos.
Hey.
Carlos.
Carlos. It's fine.
No, it's
Carlos.
not
Hey.
Carlos.
Carlos. It's all right, Carlos. Hey.
Midgets,
Hey.
midgets.
You know? It looks
Hey.
bigger in their hand. I get it. I get
Love
it,
it, bro.
Carlos. Shit. I
To each their
understand.
own. To each their own.
Right, we
But
don't yuck
Disney-
anybody's yum here. We just,
Goddamn
you
right.
know, it's not my yum.
You know what?
Disney's
that's
going
that's
to
the
be
show we gotta make.
shifting here soon enough with
We don't yuck your yum.
We don't yuck your yum.
with
No.
with everything
That's it.
with
Shirt.
new management and everything. He's even announced for Marvel stuff. They're gonna scale back and lean more into quality over quantity.
I think
Which
it's a good
idea.
essentially means if
Good
you
idea.
had any inkling that your thing might not make money, you're probably gonna get cut.
Oh.
You know, so like all those movies, like the Black Widow movie that was like way late in the timeline, probably would never have gotten made.
Interestingly enough, it's one of the most streamed Marvel movies
Not
over
surprised.
time.
Yeah.
Over time, like in the beginning, it did
Scarlett
well.
Johansson in a spandex
but-
suit.
Over time, it just went further and further, more viewership.
And that's
How many
some,
people watched it in India?
all the time. They watch that every morning for breakfast with their family.
Bob's and Vagine.
I mean, that's how some.
I
That's
knew
how.
it.
I mean,
And then they
fucking
do
knew
it
it.
like this.
Kevin Smith's entire career is movies with a long tail. Movies that just keep getting watched over and over for years and years down the line after
Mallrats.
the initial release. Yeah, exactly.
A fucking kid
He's-
statue.
He's the king of making cult classics, essentially.
Yep, Clerks, Mallrats. Yep.
Yeah, that's true.
But that's not what
And
Disney
Dogma
is
never
trying
got
to
enough
do at
love.
Marvel. Marvel just wants big hits every single time.
And they can't get
So
it when
they're-
you saturate the market like that.
They're going to be cutting back on some shit. So anything that's kind of middle ground might just disappear.
Yeah.
Now I've been enjoying a little more of the shows and things, getting some more backstory and some more filler, but we might end up not getting nearly as much of that.
That's okay as long as they do stick to the plan of more quality versus quantity. I'm okay with that, but I also don't want to lose too much of it. I'm enjoying seeing a lot of the stuff come out. It's expanding the universe, and like we've said before, not everything is for us.
Yep.
Yeah.
There are different audiences out there, and they deserve their time to shine. They deserve their time to appreciate something that they might like, something a little cornier or something a little more funnier or a little more serious.
Well, Marvel does a good job though of getting people to watch things that may not even necessarily be your thing.
Yeah.
Because if you watch it, there's always like a little tidbit or like something included in it where you understand the big picture if
Yeah.
you watch it.
Yeah.
Like Miss Marvel. I that's generally not my thing. I
Right.
wouldn't have watched a show
I
about a
mean-
little girl with these powers that I don't really find that interesting. But then at the end of it, it's like, oh look, there's blah blah blah. There's the actual real
I
Captain
mean,
Marvel. What
the
heck?
Marvel
Like, oh my God.
roster
Correct.
is so deep that they have a character for everything.
Yeah.
They do.
So it's not like they need
Where
to.
the fuck is Captain Puerto Rico? Marvel.
They did that in fucking Doctor Strange,
Calling
in
you
the
Kevin
Multiverse
Feige.
of Madness. What the fuck was her
And
name?
we need a Puerto Rican superhero right now.
You do. She was jumping through realms
With
and
a,
shit.
No, a real one. With a pet chupacabra
Wow.
and some sandals, right?
I guarantee if I
He's
look,
got, like, super
if I look
sandals.
up Puerto Rican superhero Marvel, there's definitely one.
I'm sure there is.
Someone
I'm sure there
find out if there's a Puerto Rican.
There's got to be one.
There has to be.
is. Yes.
What's Miles Morales?
Oh,
He is.
Yes,
He's
but
There
black
you
and
go.
Puerto Rican. Yeah.
I'm down.
You got fucking
We
Spider
got
Man.
Miles. We got Miles.
Hey man.
I'll take it. Miles Morales. All right. Just don't make him John Leguizamo in the live action
No.
movie.
Oh, John
too old.
Leguizamo. There's a
He's
guy
too
that's on
old.
my fucking shit list. Oh my god. He was bitching about who being the voice of Mario.
Oh.
Okay, we
my
know you were
God.
fucking Luigi. Okay, we get it. But Luigi wasn't Spanish either. He was Italian.
This is
what
true.
the fuck are you doing, John?
This is true.
Shut up and play clown.
This is
you
true.
know?
And King Koopa
They
is
should
a
have only
reptile.
used demons and Spawn.
Yeah,
Ugh.
King Koopa's a reptile. So,
Right.
I mean, how do you
Okay.
voice him?
They could have made Trump. Trump could have made a really good Bowser.
You gotta ask Alex Jones to bring in the lizard people.
Alec Jones would have been a great Bowser. But Jack Black. Jack Black
is the
Jack
king.
Black, I'm fine with that because
Yeah,
he's a
I'm down
fantastic
for
character
anything
actor.
that he does.
White Tiger. There's a dude named Hector from Puerto Rico, from San Juan.
Woo!
Never heard of him.
Bring him in.
Rest in peace, Tommy. The Green
Bring him
Ranger.
in.
He worked with
Oh, yes.
He worked with Spider-Man and Daredevil. There's your in to bring him in.
Tiger.
All right.
Yeah, never heard of that dude.
He's the opposite of the Iron Fist. Let me see a visual here. What do we got? Eddie, that's midget porn. What are you showing me? God damn it, Eddie.
Carlos?
Carlos, is that you? Damn
God,
it,
he's
Carlos.
in midget porn too? What
Yeah,
the hell?
that's the name of the episode. Carlos, is that you? No, Carlos is into midget porn.
Jesus, he's actually in the video.
It's not
Carlos. It's all
It's
right.
definitely Carlos.
Carlos,
It's
listen, we invite you to
definitely
you can come
Carlos.
on the show. You can talk about your addiction. It's all
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
You know?
Listen,
This is a safe place.
Eddie
despite
will
how we
fly
act,
you
know.
down here on his dime to talk about your midget porn addiction for 30 minutes. 'Cause
But
that's
only
about-
30 minutes.
It's not going to be a long episode. It's going to be a short one.
Much like the women you sleep with.
Insulting a firefighter. How dare you?
Listen,
Oh, wow.
We
Well-
do that every day at the gym.
Yeah.
Shout out to Cody.
Shout out to Cody and also shout out to Andy.
And
We've been
Andy,
shitting
yeah.
on Andy for
he's
years.
He's not really a
Who
real
still hasn't
firefighter.
had a fucking pizza party.
No, yeah. What the fuck is my pizza party?
Yeah.
And you said you were gonna come on the fucking podcast, and you fucking lied.
And I'm trying too, Andy. I saw your daughter at the grocery store. I harassed her about the pizza party. I ain't letting this go. I ain't
Listen,
letting
if
it go.
you need permission, we'll ask your boss at home, wink, wink, and she'll tell us that you can come on the show.
That's your wife.
That's your wife. So back to movie trailers. How about The Last of Us? That
Well, that's a
shit
TV
looked
show.
Really,
But
really-
it does look good. It looks like
Oh yeah, that's right. It's
It looks like HBO is dumping a lot of resources into it. And they have Game of Thrones on their Sunday nights. So I don't know when the hell they're going to put Last of Us out, but that could be their next big hit.
Yeah,
There's enough fans of the game.
I don't think they want to run too many things at the same time. They want to separate it
Yeah.
to give you a reason to not end your subscription.
Yeah.
But
Shay,
one of the greatest game stories ever told,
yeah.
if they can translate it, it plausibly would be the best adaptation because most adaptations are absolute god awful dog shit.
Yeah.
So
for video game
for-
adaptations.
yeah,
correct?
so if they
Yeah.
manage to at least make it halfway decent, it's like a surprise. This is a great So if they can actually do something and translate it properly.
I don't know, man.
Shay's who I want to hear from on this because Shay was like I still, I'll be honest, I still, even though I'm a PlayStation guy, have not played The Last of Us. Because Shay was really big into it. He played it. He loved it. Shay preaches nothing but the highest about it.
Okay.
So when this show actually comes out and I'm watching it, I'm going to wait for him to see it too.
Yeah.
I want to see what his ideas are.
See what his feedback on it
Because he'll
is
be
as
the
well.
best one to be like, yeah, it's just like the game or this is a pile of shit.
But I have to disagree with Eddie. I think there has already been one video
What is
game
that?
adaptation that stands the test of time, and that's the Lego movie with Will Arnett playing Batman. It's fantastic.
But was it a game first or was it a movie?
No.
It was a game. Lego video games.
Lego video games, yes, but it wasn't taking the story from the video game and turning it into a thing.
But it's still in the world of the Lego video games, which they have a lot of Lego video
No,
games.
no.
Blurry line.
When
It's the
when
blurry
I
line.
when I'm looking at game adaptations, I'm talking about something like Doom, where they try to make the game Doom into a movie, and we got that
Okay.
beautiful piece of art.
Whatever the hell it was.
Resident Evil.
The Rock was in it.
Resident Evil went so far away from what Resident
Yeah.
Evil was, it might as well have not been
The
a
only thing
game
that's even- the only thing
adaptation.
that's even a semblance was the first one with Mia Jovovich.
Yeah.
The first,
After
and then
that, they were
it
just
was-
like, it's
They
What
kind
the
of shit the
fuck are you
bed after
doing?
that.
after
yeah.
that. After that, they just had the title because that's all they really had.
They can't get it right. They just need to do a zombie apocalypse movie in a city, make it dark, graphic,
Yeah.
horrifying, and there you go.
All right, so
Yep.
we had Mario Brothers. That was another video game adaptation.
And it
that
had
horrifying
nothing
dinosaur.
to do with the actual game.
Yoshi was like a recycled raptor from Jurassic
this
Park.
is true.
like-
This is true.
and then when Koopa, I'm not gonna get this wrong again. It wasn't Dustin Hoffman. Dennis Hopper. Fucking 50 episodes ago, I fucked that up. Dennis Hopper came out of the thing. He was like a really scary looking dinosaur.
Yep.
Like I know that their parents had actually complained
Okay.
about how terrifying it was.
Uncharted.
I didn't mind Uncharted.
Did you watch it?
Uncharted had pirate ships being flown by helicopters that didn't shatter when they hit the cliff wall.
Here's another one.
I can't.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
I heard that's decent.
Now, here's the thing: Sonic the Hedgehog, the movie, had nothing to do with the game. It had familiar names of things, but it wasn't.
Semantics.
It's not semantics. As an adaptation,
You can't
it
spell
should.
semantics without semen.
Cement.
Semen.
It had the characters, but it didn't really have anything else. Green Hill Zone was all of a sudden that town versus an actual like world that he was
Rolling
running
plain.
around. in.
All right, here's
Yes.
another good one. Prince of Persia.
Oh,
I
that's
didn't
a
see
pile
the-
of shit.
I didn't
With
see.
With Will Wheaton.
I didn't see the movie.
That's bad.
It's not Will Wheaton. It's the other guy, Jake Gyllenhaal.
Jake Gyllenhaal, yeah.
It's like the Hurt Locker
I'm excited
3.
for the Mario movie though, because the Mario movie looks like it's got Donkey Kong. It's got a bunch of people.
And I think that's probably the right direction. Do it
Yeah.
animated.
Mario Kart.
Yeah.
They're going. There's a legitimate Mario Kart race in the game. Like,
Yeah.
or
Have
the
you ever
movie. It's gonna be so
you
good.
ever see the little videos on Instagram with the guy in the Mario Kart? Like he's like in a little go-kart and he's driving and he's throwing like banana peels
yeah.
at actual
Oh, well, he was
cop
throwing
cars.
us. Yes, I did see
There was
that.
a guy that
That's
did that.
ballsy
There's
as
a guy
fuck.
who used to do that back in the day when like E-Bombs World and Newgrounds was
Oh.
a thing. And I'm trying to think of his name. His name was like French or something. But he would get arrested all the fucking time because he would do shit like this.
Yes.
Like he would go onto a golf course dressed as a kangaroo, and he would hop up to people and kick them in the fucking water. Like he was a legitimate, like he got
That's a
arrested numerous
lunatic.
times.
That's a lunatic.
Yeah, that's just
He would
being
he'd
an
be in a
ass.
golf cart
Yeah.
dressed as Mario, or he'd be in a little golf like a go kart dressed as Mario, and he'd pull up next to a cop car and like throw a fucking banana on the windshield and then drive away. And of course
Now-
they would catch him and beat his ass.
Yes.
In
And it's like-
Japan, you can drive around Tokyo in golf carts dressed up as the Mario. Well,
As
it,
you should.
it used to be with official Mario Brothers costumes. Then they got sued, so then they had to get Mario Brothers like costumes. But they're still there. They're still go karts.
good,
You can still
great.
cruise
Good.
around.
Outside of trailers, I did get to see one thing that I really enjoyed, and I don't know who else seen it, but Wednesday.
I didn't start. It
I
yet.
am one episode in, and I'm 2 episodes in, and I am enjoying it.
So without
I like
any-
the direction they went.
Without any spoilers, I think it's done absolutely fantastic as an homage to the throwback, but bringing something new to the table for the Addams family.
Complete turn, like characters you like, but a complete different direction. I
Yeah.
was like, oh shit,
And
I'm
done
gonna
well.
enjoy this.
And done really, really
Very
well.
well.
taking inspiration from the source material, but it's going to be kind of its own thing.
Might
It
be the
is.
best new show on Netflix right now.
And they absolutely dive into expanding the world of the Addams family by making this world
Good or bad?
By
kind of-
having the school where there's a whole
well,
assortment
it's not just the
of
school.
people like them.
Nevermore?
It's not just
Nevermore?
the school. The
'Cause-
Nevermore school is just a small portion of the world in
Yeah,
large, where
'cause-
you've got normies they consider,
Yeah.
and then they've got the freaks, which are considered these
A lot
people
of
that have
freaks.
other
Because
powers.
in the shows and movies, it was only ever them.
Yeah.
Like it was only ever their family that was odd. Everything else was normal.
Yes.
So just the school alone expands on. Oh no, it's not just them.
Well, now you're realizing there's a lot of weird shit in that
We've
world.
got some others. We've got some others.
and it also feels almost like Harry Potter in a good way.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. They're capturing. They're definitely. If you're a Harry Potter fan and you don't know what the fuck to watch right
Yeah.
now, turn on Wednesday.
Yeah,
That's definitely,
you'll
right
definitely
up your
enjoy
alley.
it. They've already introduced Gorgons, which is like a Medusa head type
Right,
of character. Sirens.
I'm not gonna lie either.
Vampires,
The main
werewolves.
character, her name's like it's like Jenna Ortega or
Tread
something.
carefully.
She's of age.
Okay,
She's
good.
of age. She's a
Continue
smoke
then.
show. Smoke show.
How old is
Smoke
she?
show. She's like 19, 20.
Nice.
She's a fucking smoke show.
I think the casting, and you can see Tim
Being
Burton.
real with you.
Yeah, you can see Tim Burton's like just autograph all over everything.
Yeah, he's directly involved in it, and I thought that was awesome. And when I saw Christina Ricci, who played fucking Wednesday in the original Addams Family
and she's
movie,
in the show.
I was like, okay,
Yeah.
I'm on board. Like, all right, that's like an
It's
homage.
really good. I'm really enjoying it. Finished it. So no spoilers until next week, but we'll give a full review.
I'm glad
then.
the whole thing is out because I definitely like watching multiple episodes of a thing
So do
She's
I.
20.
versus
The
versus like the
Addams
one at a time.
Family.
Like I just finished watching Inside Job. The second season just came out. It's a cartoon. It's on Netflix. It does a bunch of conspiracy theory stuff, but the show is about a group that work in the shadow government that runs the world. So
that's not a real thing.
So their job is to like put out conspiracies and deal with things like that and like manipulate people to kind of control the world. It's a ridiculous and it's a hilarious show. And I don't really know how much. I mean, it's gotten enough watching. They've put a second season out, but I don't.
I mean,
really,
somebody's watching it. They don't make a second
I don't
season
know
and nobody's
really of
watching it.
anyone anywhere else talking about it, but it's
What show is it again?
Inside Job.
on Netflix.
So imagine taking like Futurama, something like that, but letting it be an adult show. It's an adult cartoon, you know.
Never heard
So
of
it's and it deals with all kinds of weird shit. Like the one dude is he's essentially a hallucinogenic mushroom, but he's a person, and he walks around like he erases people's memories and shit. And he's like one of the guys on the team that fucks with keeping the world in check and everything like that. Like it's
Interesting.
it's well.
Somehow Joe Rogan's involved in it.
Oh, yeah. Whenever there's shrooms, it's
There's a
Graham
loose
Hancock,
mushroom.
Joe Rogan.
It's well worth taking some time and watching it. If you're not on by the first episode, then whatever.
You're not gonna
but
like it.
Yeah, it's not gonna be for you.
but I can't imagine anyone like watching the first episode and not being like, okay,
Yeah.
what else we're doing
Well,
here?
look, if we're gonna talk about cartoons that were underrated like that, I would say it was the Venture Brothers.
Oh yeah, and it's all on
Oh
HBO.
my God,
HBO, I think,
what
has
the
all of
hell? What was the guy's name that was supposed to be Race Bannon? Oh my God. What
Okay, so you've seen the original Johnny Quest.
with the blonde fucking mullet.
Sanson.
it. Brock
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 Sanson.
Simpson. Yeah.
Holy shit. Oh
Come
my
on,
God.
was that cartoon not genius?
That cartoon had some of the most offensive. Oh, God, I love it.
There was a whole
loved it.
episode where they found Johnny Quest
Yes.
in his underwears, living in the swamps, like heroined out and cracked out, talking about his glory days back with Johnny Quest. It's fucking great.
HBO was supposed to be making some more episodes, actually.
I would
Well,
watch it.
Johnny Quest. You want to talk about like a fucking blatantly racist cartoon? You remember Johnny's friend Haji,
Yes.
a brown kid in a turban that would go zim zim zalabim.
Yes.
Yo,
Holy shit, America!
Hold on a second, man. That's a superpower. Okay, that's his tagline.
No.
Zim Zim
No.
Salabim, bro. That's his tagline. You can't hate on him.
Haji?
Okay.
His name
I'll
is
give you that
fucking
one.
Haji?
I'll give you that one,
Yeah.
but damn it.
Harvey Birdman, attorney at law, had an episode where the two where the two guys are suing for the children.
Another great show.
Oh man,
Harvey Birdman, attorney at law.
Space Ghost,
Coast to coast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was his name? Zorak? Zorak the fucking mantis? Oh my God.
You know what? That was a gem of a network when it first came out.
Yeah,
the Cartoon,
Adult
Cartoon
Swim.
Network,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
Adult
Are they
Swim stuff.
done now though? I heard the Cartoon Network went under. Am I
I
wrong?
hope
with
not.
that?
There's,
I hope
I
not,
mean,
'cause they did actually, because I remember there was a thing they posted. It was like a. in
if they're
memoriam.
doing anything, they're not putting it out there in a way that I'm seeing it, come across my radar.
I'm
That's
gonna
sad.
look it up.
If it went under, that's sad. Because you're right. That was an era. That was like the Nickelodeon era. You know?
Yeah.
Okay, so Cartoon Network is not shutting down. Y'all, we're not dead.
Yeah.
This is their. Somebody spread a fucked up rumor because even that shit got to me. Like, damn,
got to me now, too.
Cartoon
I was
Network
sad.
is going down.
I was sad.
Like shit, no more tsunami.
Cow and chicken.
They're
Cow and
done.
chicken.
Oh no.
Yeah. Fuck, man.
There's still hope. If Cartoon Network's still around, the world still has a light.
Yeah,
light
yeah.
for children to follow.
All right, so to end the podcast, I wanted to try a little something different with you guys. You had mentioned this before, Ian, and it got me thinking. Like,
Should I go get the Crisco?
no.
Oh.
When it comes
Never
to superheroes as a genre, more other genres, when it comes to acting, I believe you had said that somebody had said that sometimes the actors get lost in the role, and it's not so much that the people watching are going to see Chris Hemsworth be Thor.
They're going
or
to see
recognizing Chris Hemsworth as Thor. They're just going to see Thor.
Yeah.
And then it just becomes a mantle versus like an actor in a more traditional role like Fight Club.
Yeah.
Brad Pitt.
That's what Quentin
Delivered the
Tarantino
role.
was saying is like the Marvel movies aren't making movie stars, they're making characters, and it's not Chris Hemsworth that's famous, it's Thor that's famous.
Do you agree with that necessarily though?
I understand what he's saying, but the directors that are saying that they're very critical of the Marvel movies because the Marvel movies are obviously the most successful movies right now. But they are kind of killing the market for those great independent films that we saw, like for instance, leading up to the '90s and stuff.
Yeah,
like
but
every now and then there's a good movie that comes out.
A lot of that died because DVDs are dead. And actually, Matt Damon goes into that in an interview where he talks about the movies that he normally makes. There's no industry for that anymore because you could have bet that all you had to do was almost break even in the theaters because once the DVD sales came out, you would then make enough money where, now we're good. But now, if you almost break even in theaters, you don't have the DVD sales anymore.
Right.
So now those movies that used to be just a few million, they're not touchable. So it's either you got to be under a certain budget or over a certain budget because everything in the middle no longer is profitable.
And it's something similar that they said happened to the music industry, where they were making a huge portion of money that went to the artists off of CD sales, and then CDs died because of streaming.
They'd sell you a
services.
CD with 3 good songs,
Right.
and then they wonder why when they went to selling just pure singles, a lot of motherfuckers disappeared.
Right.
You were trash.
Yeah.
You had 3
But-
good songs and 10 bullshit fillers.
But what I was
You
trying
deserve
to say
to
is that
disappear.
They killed a revenue
were
stream
Goodbye, sir.
for the artists
Goodbye, sir.
making the music.
Goodbye, sir.
And they deserve to get paid.
You were trash.
So, but back to the movies and the actors. Like, I do think that an actor can transcend that. Like, look, Robert Downey Jr. is Iron Man.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, they kind of had to retire that role after he went.
Right. And so it's like you can't just say that, people are going to see Iron Man.
I guess
People-
I disagree with him because I do disagree with Quentin Tarantino. When I think of Chris Hemsworth, I think of Thor.
Absolutely.
I think of Thor now.
Absolutely.
Like he's not
And
completely.
Chris Evans is going to be Captain America forever.
Yeah.
Correct.
Like he's not completely wrong, but movies have changed.
Harry
Yes.
Potter.
People don't go to the movies just because a particular person is in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
The age of movie stars was dying before Marvel started coming in.
Right.
So he's not wrong in saying that the Marvel movies are not making movie stars, but no movies are making movie stars anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The market itself, it isn't like there's only 3 or 4 movies at a time at the theater that you have to go see.
Right.
Anyway,
There's
he's
so
definitely
much.
wrong there.
There's
Tom
so
Holland. Tom Holland.
yeah.
Was, I mean,
There's so
built
many
by
more
Marvel.
movies being made, and it's not just on the big screen. There's movies that go straight to Netflix, that go straight to Disney, that go straight to HBO. It's not. It's like when it used to be television. There used to only be a handful of channels. If you were on TV, you were fucking gigantic because there was only like 3 channels.
But here's the thing: when back in the day, movie actors were movie actors, and movie actors were seldomly seen unless it was a cameo in a television series. Nowadays, that line is skewed. If you look at Henry Cavill, some of his best work is done as The Witcher on a Netflix series.
Yeah.
You know, look at John Cena. He's been in. He's an exception, but he's been all over the place from
I hate
wrestling
fucking
on
movie
TV
stars.
to movies to fuck
I
movie
fucking
stars.
hate movie
But
stars.
God damn it!
You, like,
Kevin Bacon is a movie star.
yeah, we give these people a platform, and then they post their opinions about shit. Fuck you, you glorified monkey! Dance for me, dance in the movie for me.
Dance.
I paid $1.99 to rent this. Entertain me, you fuck,
Now, part of that was there was unwritten rules.
jester.
If you were on TV, you were trying to get to movies. If you're on movies, you don't go back to TV.
Right.
So that used to be the way that it was. Is you weren't supposed to go back.
Right.
Because you weren't making as much money on TV. But now you can make just as much, if not more, on TV and on Netflix, and you can get better deals. So it's no longer like, oh, you have to be on the big screen to chase being famous and making money.
Right.
If you do quality work,
You get
wherever you're doing it, you'll get paid.
So we'll just have to call it Hollywood star.
So yeah,
You're a
so
Hollywood
Hollywood
star.
star.
Yeah.
So I would have to say I firmly disagree with Quentin Tarantino's assessment on the situation. He's allowed his own opinion, but I think that
And fuck you for making the Hateful Eight, Quentin. I still ain't over that. I didn't want to see that guy sucking Samuel L. Jackson's dick. Fuck you. How dare you do that to me? I loved you for Pulp
Dare you
Fiction.
do that to Jackson?
he's scarred for life. And on that note, thank you for joining us on the Sofa Kingdom podcast, where Ian hates Quentin Tarantino.
I don't hate him. I kind of love him. I love his
Somebody
movies.
suck Samuel Jackson's dick.
Samuel L. Jackson looked like he was having a good time. He looked like he was having a good time.
That was hard to spit out. That was hard. That was hard to spit out.
Yeah, that's what he said. Oh my God.
Here's something I wanted to point out that he doesn't even calculate into that. People on YouTube, people on TikTok, people on Twitch.
Logan Paul.
Yeah.
You've got
Vine.
people where look at what Mr. Beast does. Wherever he goes, motherfuckers line up. He's got soup kitchens. He's got chocolate bars. He's got hamburgers. He's got a dozen YouTube channels in 50 fucking languages because he realized nobody else is just getting people to dub them and put them in other languages because you know what? They're watching the same shit.
Catch me
and
outside.
they're enjoying it.
Catch me outside. How about that?
Find us on all your social media platforms.
Sofa Kingdom OFC.
Are you still here? What the fuck are you doing?
Why are you still here?
Why are you still listening?
Podcast on
God damn
YouTube.
it. Go spend time with your
Yeah.
family.
Tune in next week for the Nazi episode.
Don't. Do not. There will be no episode.
We'll be in costume. Next week.